What's up, guys? So, I've posted over 200 videos on just one channel alone, and over time, I've learned some things about recording audio that you have to do, otherwise, your audio is gonna suck. Right now, my audio sucks because I'm recording directly into OBS and I haven't applied any editing effects that make the audio sound better. So, anyways, let's begin with some tips. So, I wrote just a couple of bullet points. So, the first thing you can do to make the audio sound better is to bring the microphone closer to your mouth. So, here it is, for example. Let me check if you can see. Yeah, it's in the corner. The further away I move, the worse it sounds, and the louder I have to shout for the audio to sound proper over there. And the noise floor becomes higher compared to your voice, which means you get a lot more of that hissing sound, which is unacceptable. So, one thing you have to do is make sure to get close to the microphone. The tip that I've been given when it comes to bigger microphones like the one here is you want to do this with your hand, and then this is the gap you have to have between your mouth and the microphone. So that's like 2 to 3 centimeters, an inch or two, something like that. Now, if you are unlucky and you don't have a desk in front of you like I do, then the next thing you can do is to get a clip-on or lav mic like this one. You take this and you get it close to your mouth. You can either hold it like this or you can clip it on. I used to clip it on like this, and this is how I used to roll. This one I'm using right now is actually a super cheap one. It is a Boya M1 microphone. I paid like $18 for this one. It doesn't sound that good, but compared to my previous microphones, it's a massive improvement. Right now, I'm rocking the Zoom ZD M1 microphone. I got a very good deal on this. I waited for a sale, and that's the only reason I bought this mic. Then it's going into a Focusrite Scarlett Solo. Let me just Google this stuff so you can see it. So let's go. Focusrite Scarlett Solo. Okay, and then a Zoom ZDM1 microphone. And then for these other one, let's see if my internet can manage. My my Mac is the one lagging right now. Oh. Okay, let's go. Boya, I think it's BYM1, yeah. There are better quality microphones. I just needed something cheap. Look at this, $15. You get exactly $15 quality, but it's better than nothing. The other one we have is the Zoom ZDM1. But truth be told, I don't know much about microphones. Instead, there's this, I bought this pack over here, $80. If you can get a good sale or discount on this, it's actually quite decent, especially if you edit the sound. So if you need microphone recommendations, I recommend you look for this guy called Podcast Edge or Podcast Stage or whatever. Give it a few seconds. This guy, he's reviewed so many microphones, so he is your go-to guy, especially if you're looking for budget microphones. Oh yeah, the Focusrite Scarlett Solo is the next thing. This is what we call an audio I wanted to do Amazon. It is what we call an audio interface. So let me just search Scarlett Solo. So when you have a microphone which has this big connector like this one, you need something like this to plug into. I'm not sure if this one has the ports. This is the one I have. It is kind of pricey at $150, but the great thing is, if you've bought one, then you can use it with a bunch of different microphones, and you never really have to upgrade. So that's the good thing with this one. I could let you go out and buy the generic podcaster mic, the Shure SM7B. I could plug it into the Scarlett Solo and I have no issues. Okay, where were we at? We were talking about, yes, and bring it nice and close if you want to, and that's the quality. The next thing you want to do is filming in a quiet room. No joke, there was a time in my life where I was recording videos in my closet over there because that was the best solution, the best audio room for recording voiceovers. Why is that? It's because hard objects like this laptop, this desk, these walls, they all will reflect sound which results in an echo. However, soft surfaces like this one, like outfits like these, the headboard over there, my bed, all this stuff is soft and will absorb the reflections so that you have less of an echo. So of course, a closet or a cupboard filled with a bunch of soft clothes is going to have significantly less echoes. Also, smaller rooms tend to have less echoes, so that's also another thing to consider. For example, I could be recording out there, but because it's a big hallway, there's just so many echoes, which is not good. Now, one underrated thing that people forget to consider is the quality of your jackets. If you have one of those, how do I explain this? Oh, I got one right here. One of these ones. The sound of the jacket can actually be very annoying. So you want to make sure you don't wear those kinds of jackets. You want to wear something soft like this that won't make a bunch of sound. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so if you can't move to a different room like I did with the closet, the easier solution is to either have a bunch of blankets and lay them around. Sometimes I lay some on the desk that I'm recording on. You can also have some curtains, just close the curtains, and that will reduce the echo. You can have a carpet on the floor that also reduces echoes. Then, of course, if you're rich, then you can just buy those acoustic panels that you see on Amazon. Like, let's see if I can have them. Are they called acoustic panels? I don't know. Like these things. And then there's also, I think, a sound carpet or something like that that you can hang from. Maybe not carpet, but something you can hang from the ceiling, but that's for professionals. You can also add that to reduce echoes. Then one of the more obvious ways to improve your sound is to upgrade your microphone, which is what I did. I started with my iPad microphone, which sounded horrible. I moved to this one, and then to this one. So I do actually have some old voiceovers. I'm not sure if they're going to be... Can you even hear them? Let me check. Just press play, and then...
Series, where I'll be taking you through all 22 tracks on the Formula 1 calendar. Please excuse the bad voiceover. It's my first time trying this.
So that's what it sounds like when you have... When I was using the iPad microphone, or I think it was one of those $5 wired earphone microphones. So it's not good, but it's just okay. But then I got this mic, and then I added some post-processing, which I'll show you just now. I fought in a 24-hour war in Armored Core Last Raven. We're going to shoot down enemy planes, defeat bosses in 1v1 battles, create our own custom AC builds, and fail missions multiple times, because after all, this is one of the hardest Armored Core games ever made. So I hope you can tell the difference. So let's go back to this one.
But hopefully I can give you some good information out of this.
Now obviously my voice did change, so that does affect the results, but you get the point, right? I said I was going to show you my audio settings. So once you get the good microphone, you also want to like tune it a bit so it sounds good. So if I open up Audacity, I can show you my settings. So some guys will just turn up the bass because they want a deep voice, but truth is some people just don't have deep voices, and nothing you do will ever change that. So you can turn up the bass a bit, but don't go overboard, because I see some guys on YouTube, they go overboard with it and then they just sound like this. It's kind of hilarious. So here's what I generally do. I use presets. This is complicated. It took me weeks, if not months, to eventually settle on this process. But one thing I don't like is with this microphone, it only records to the left ear. So you first have to take the stereo and turn it to mono so it sounds proper. Then you'll normalize it, because this microphone is a dynamic microphone and it's kind of quiet. Then I will apply the graphic EQ. Let me just show you. Come on. Oops. Double click. You can see how we do a slight bass boost, but the other ones, I think that sounds fine. Then I apply a compressor, which this basically reduces the difference between quiet talking and loud talking. And it does also have a side effect of increasing bass. Then a limiter makes sure that you don't have any clipping. How do I explain clipping? Okay, I don't know. But just Google sound clipping, okay? It's not a good thing. Then I apply a noise gate as well. So if I'm keeping quiet, then you don't hear the hissing sound. Because I get annoyed by hearing the hissing sound. But if you have a noise gate, then you don't have that sound. And then you can also apply noise reduction, which also gets rid of the sound overall. Okay, what else we got? Alright, yeah. When you get a better microphone, you get a better sound by default, and you don't have to try as hard to make the audio sound good, and that saves you a lot of time and headache. It's very much worth it. Alright, so I did explain editing your audio. Alright, let's see. Is there anything else I have to say? Oh yeah, the best way to sound better is to just have a better voice. Anyways, have a good day. I hope this video has helped you.